So I'm Lucille, Lulu. Everybody calls me Lulu around here. If not the locals, they call me Leo. Anyway, Lulu, I've been living here for 10 years now. And I arrived originally in Lombok for a project at the time. A very good friend of mine who's a movie director, she was coming to Lombok to shoot a documentary. And she needed someone she wanted me to come and edit the movie with her while she was shooting. She would shoot during the day and I would edit at night. And she needed someone to get into the villages with her and be able to talk to the community and help her, just not everything being too awkward with taking cameras out and all. So that's what I came for at first, just to be a part of the documentary. So when I got married, I moved into my husband's village, and then I was really a part of the local community much more than when I was still living in Kuta. I was pregnant, so I was in the village a lot. And my husband at the time was very dedicated to finding work for the guys of the village, for the young men, so they would find work in Kuta and really have a chance out there, make money. And the idea came slowly that if he was that dedicated to men, I should dedicate myself to the women. It really felt like made sense. Also, I think the way things are here at the moment, men at the time had much more chance to be able to work and do things. And the women were much more at home in the Bruga, and so spending time with them. I thought, yeah, we're gonna look for, there must be things to do. The challenge was that we had to find things that they had the skills for. Not saying they have no skills, so many skills, but not necessarily in tourism at the time, because nobody could really speak English. So it was a matter of finding what to do together that could be a part of tourism, but in a very traditional way that they could just do whatever they know. And then I had to learn weaving because I lost a very important piece of fabric, hand-woven fabric from my husband's family. And I thought, oh, the only way that he will ever forgive me is to make one. So I learned to weave to give it back. And then I met the weavers. And yeah, that's how it started. I spent a lot of time at Sunny's house. Sunny is my friend who I founded Nina Nina with. So I spent a lot of time at her house. Her mother taught me how to weave. And then the idea was to first use the hand-woven sarongs. So we decided to change the colors of the sarongs so they would be maybe fitting the eye of the tourist better. And that's it. That's how it started. First, only one weaver, because the other ones that didn't want to weave with different colors. And then they lacked the results, so another 2 joined, then another 3 joined, and so on. And then a few of the younger ladies learned to weave at the time to be able to join also and weave with us. And yeah, that's basically started very slowly, because they have no way, if they lost their husband, it's very hard for elder women to live around there. It's hard for them to look for money. So yeah, it was great. Only with the older lady, it was a great time. And Sunny, always Sunny. It was at her house. So we would do tours of the village, like visit of the village with, like a bit like the workshop we do here now. We tell stories, you try things, and the tour of the village would finish at Sunny's house, have a coffee there, take all the sarongs out, and usually it worked every time. People would buy a few, and then the money we made from that was going part to the weavers and part to the library that we opened at the time in the village. And it was a great time. It was great. Life in that village was amazing. Yeah, to empower more than help. I don't think they needed help. Like everybody had a good life already, but it was more like you can own, you don't, just so that depend a bit less maybe on husbands or sons or, and also a lot of the women were really willing to do something, to not just be at home. And we had to find a way to do something where every woman could join. No husbands, nobody would find it not suitable for their wife or anything. So yeah, the idea was to do something. That's why we're only in between women like this. I'm sure any woman who wants to join and work here, there's never a problem. Everybody knows it's only between women. They can bring their kids. We cook here every day. Everybody can come and eat. So it's fun. Sure, I think the biggest impact was on Sani, my really close friend with whom we founded this. She really changed from being a pure village girl who she didn't have the confidence that she could be a part of it or if she could change anything. And now she's one of the manager here. She makes the money. Her husband stays at home because she makes enough for family, and they have a young kid and he stays at home with the kid, and she come and work here, and she owns it. No, she comes here, she's the boss. Like, she's really changed entirely. Again, the aim was not to change anyone, but it is nice to see the confidence growing in a woman. I personally really love it. Myself also, completely different from 7 years ago, much more confident. Yeah, some of the women never had the chance to work before, for example. They could never work anywhere. It was always a problem for somebody in the family, and here they don't have any issue. Another one really comes here because she wants friends. She could work at home, but she wants to be she wants to have friends to work with. So we have the sewing studio right here, and we have a big team of women coming for the upcycling only. So we buy the sarongs from the women in the area, and we upcycle them in the studio here into bags and accessories and pouches. Oh, we can do anything here. The girls are for this, they're amazing. Nothing's a problem. Sometimes it's a bit, to the side a little bit, but then we fix it, but nothing's a problem. Our own bestsellers are the waist bag, the beach bag, pouches of any sizes and shapes. Lots of kids products, they work really well. Mama bag just came out, baby towels, anything that is sustainable, can be reused, beautiful. That's what we aim for. We're looking for the next hit bag. We haven't found it yet, but we're looking for our next design. I think if you were talking about the community living here has changed a lot in the past years. When I first arrived 10 years ago, people who chose to live in Lombok, they were passionate about Lombok, and also the community, the locals. They loved community living, they loved sharing. Community living is not easy for Westerners. It's a bit of a challenge at first to just be constantly surrounded, share everything you have. I mean, we don't really grow up that way. I personally I like it much more now that I'm used to it, much more. But 10 years ago, all of the people who chose to come and live here, they were like that. They were really community driven. Everybody spoke the language. Most people could even speak Sasak. We were not much. And this, of course, with development, this really changed throughout the year. This community is still here, which is most of the people that I see. It's most of my friends. So it hasn't changed much for me. As in, I'm still with them all the time anyway, but I can see that most of the people coming now are coming for the development. They're not choosing Lombok for the people and the culture and the traditions and so on. They're choosing Lombok for the money, for the landscape, for the price of their land and how big the villa can be and so on. That's mostly what people see, especially since we have an international school. It's great, I love it for my kids, but it did bring a very different vibe to the city. I mean, not blaming the international school, we needed it, but I don't know if you see what I mean, like once you have an international school, so many people suddenly can come with their kids because it's safe. I wish more people were interested in the locals that are here. The aim is not really weaving or sewing now. We say we are a safe space for women to come to work, and a space where we preserve and highlight the culture and traditions from Lombok. So that's really the idea, to keep it alive and accessible and fun. Anybody can come, ask their question, and live Lombok with a bit more than a beautiful picture of Tanjungan. Oh, go for a trek in Tete Batu. Go to Tete Batu, take a guide, go walk in their forest at the bottom of the volcano. It's amazing. Go in the north to Saifana Farm. It's the most beautiful farm stay. In the north, everything is sustainable and organic. Come to Nina Nina, do a workshop with us, listen to me talking, come and see the weavers in the village, come and do the cultural workshop with us to learn a bit more, go enjoy food at the beach at Tanjungan, pick a warung and try the food at Tanjungan. Yeah, come to Lombok Eco Market if you're lucky enough to be here when the market is on. Yeah, so the Eco Market started at the very beginning of COVID, actually in 2020. It was Paula, she's actually from Spain. She's the most sustainable, the biggest eco warrior we have here in Kuta. She's incredible, Paula. And she had this will to create a place where all small eco brands from Lombok could meet and a flea market, basically. That was sort of the idea. So she did the first one at her restaurant at the time in 2020, and it was a big hit. And then we just kept on going. Now Paula, she's a consultant for the market. She doesn't have the time to be full on. We've had a few other brand owners who were at the head. Plastic Kembali was riding it. Danica from Coco Bola was riding it. At the moment, Tirza from Asil Bumi, with me, Amina from Saifana, like a few are. It's been a lot women business owners leading the market. And so basically we do pop-up markets all around Lombok throughout the year, inviting all of our members. So they pay a yearly fee to be a part of the market. And then if we still have tables, depending on where we are, not everybody comes every time. If we still have tables, we invite other brands that we call the Friends of Lombok Eco Market, and they join also. It's going to be huge. It's already 30 of us registered or something. I think the biggest issue in Lombok, but it's not in Lombok, it's a lot of places in Indonesia, is waste management. The biggest issue is waste management. The thing is, places like Kuta or the Gilis or Bali are hit with tourism in a country where waste management hasn't been improved yet, really. So at the moment, we don't have a recycling center in Lombok.
Opening soon?
Yeah, but what's happening is a small one. I'm talking about a public. I'm talking about something that's for the entire island, not just for a few businesses in town.
I didn't know what it was, but
No, it's cool. They're gonna make furniture out of plastic, which I think is very cool. But I mean, it needs to be something led by the government eventually. That we can't just keep. At the moment they do the waste management in town. They come and pick up the garbage, and then they go to a wasteland. So there is this huge land, a landfill. Thank you, wasteland. So everything goes to a landfill. And it's the only solution at the moment, but eventually it's gonna be overflowing. So this definitely needs a solution, but I can only talk about it. Like I have no idea, no background to support this. Paula would be amazing to talk about it with, but definitely that's gonna be the issue eventually, considering how fast it's developing here. To me, that's the main thing, because other than that, we're very lucky to have, like I find Lombok, Kuta area is developing towards sustainability a lot. People come here, they're interested in it. Some maybe are breaking the hills a bit too much. Let's see, next big rains or earthquakes, what's going to happen. But I see a lot of businesses using agroforestry, using solar panels and so on. Hopefully this will keep on going. Hopefully this will give it, let's see.